The proposed law to tackle foreign interference taking up the majority of today's parliament sitting, with the debate lasting nearly 5 hours now. At the start of the sitting, a petition submitted to Parliament to delay the passage of the proposed law and seek further consultation was rejected. And so the debate going ahead. In a 2-hour-long speech, one of the points Home Affairs and Law Minister K. Shanmugam addressed were the bill's misconceptions.
Some of these doomsday scenarios that Fica is going to close off foreign collaborations, if that is correct, we as a government must have suddenly gone mad. Because in a country like Singapore, which depends so much on the flow of ideas and international collaboration, is that even thinkable? But the difficulty we face at MHA, and which many other countries face when dealing with this foreign interference issue, is that out of 10,000 interactions, one might be the sort that we are interested in, where there is an attempt to interfere. And foreign agencies, and even non-agencies, NGOs, others, will try and present a legitimate front. So the language has got to be broad enough to cover that what is apparently normal, but is actually not normal.
Introduced about 3 weeks ago, on September 13th, the proposed Foreign Interference Countermeasures Act, or Fica, targets foreign interference in domestic politics conducted through hostile information campaigns as well as the use of local proxies. In response to the Workers' Party's proposed amendments, Mr. Shanmugam clarified the conditions for a hostile information campaign or HIC direction and the designation of a politically significant person or PSP.
So for HIC directions, to refresh members' memory, there has to be online activity where material is published in Singapore. It has to be done on behalf of a foreign principal, and public interest in Singapore is likely to be affected. For PSP designation, the person's or entity's activities must be directed wholly or in part towards a political end, and the competent authority must additionally assess that it is in the public interest for countermeasures to be applied.
Leader of the opposition, Pritam Singh, questioned why the government didn't seek public feedback before Fica was first tabled on September 13th.
Mr. Speaker, there has been considerable disquiet in some quarters at the speed at which this bill has been presented to Parliament. In March this year, at the Committee of Supply debates, Deputy Speaker Christopher D'Souza inquired what MHA would do to deter foreign influence in Singapore's domestic affairs. The Second Minister for Home Affairs, the Honourable Mrs. Josephine Teo, addressed the query and announced that legislative levers may be needed. I quote, "Given the recent experience of other countries, we need to consider further measures to guard against foreign subversion of politically significant individuals and entities. For example, what levels of transparency in funding, support and leadership are appropriate and for whom?" More significantly, Minister then went on to say, and I quote, "The public has a big part in this to shape proposals and to give the eventual safeguards their strongest support. It is the only way we can effectively deter bad foreign actors from exploiting our vulnerabilities," unquote.